everyone. You're welcome to the Total Education Show.
School is not just about academic subjects alone. School is also about co-curricular activities. School is engagement with fun.
Development of a child is 360, and that's why we have tagged this program Total Education Show.
Stream is here to raise kids that will identify the problems, come together as a group, and they see a way to correct the error.
We normally say that we have 4 baskets of rights. So four baskets
of rights. At the end of 3-year training in technical colleges, students are competent enough to take any job.
Sit down, relax, and enjoy the show. Thank you. Hello friends, hello everyone at home. My name is Wumi Tolu Alalade, your anchor on the Total Education Show. Yes, Total Education Show. The show is put together and packaged by the Lagos State Ministry of Education for your co-curricular aspect of education. So you have a total and a valued education system even in your homes. Yes. Now, what areas will we be looking at? We're going to be looking at STEM issues. We're going to be looking at TVET, and we'll be looking at, yes, child protection issues. Everything that has to do with child protection and advocacy of your children, even as they are home. Now, do you want to give me feedback? Yes, I want to hear from you. You can send in your feedbacks to me on this WhatsApp number 081-26601-889. Yes, WhatsApp messages only on 081-26601-889. Yes, I'm waiting and I'm looking forward to hearing from you. Sit down, relax, and enjoy the show. Thank you. Welcome to today's episode of the Total Education Show. I'm sure you've been having fun with us on this particular episode, the stream episode of the Total Education Show. And today we have in the studio with us a very important person, one of the political appointees, and she's in the person of Miss Tola Salau. Welcome. She's the Senior Special Assistant to the Governor, Mr. Babajide Olusola Sanwo-Olu, and she is domiciled in the Ministry of Education, and she does all that she does concerning the stream education and STEM in the Ministry of Education. Today she'll be talking to us about our plans, about what we look into as parents and all other stakeholders when we talk of stream, and she's as well going to be talking about what students can do, the avenues and the opportunities that avails for them when we talk about stream. I got some feedbacks from some of our listeners, and they sent me some origami activities and fish and bags and all that they've made. Yes, you did a great job. I really loved it. Please keep it coming. And of course, those of you sending to us that you want to be part of the TVET training on skills, yes, we have plans for you. Just send straight to the same number all your contacts and details, and we'll get back to you. Miss Tola Salau is a chemical engineer, and she has worked, like I said earlier, as an educator in the US, in Canada, and in some other clients. And that is why she's bringing her experience on to us right here to kind of effect STEM pedagogy in Lagos State. We're very lucky to have you. And you've already began some good work. There is a training that was...
Yeah, we just effected recently with the Smithsonian Institute in Washington, D.C. We brought it down here for our Lagos State officials so that we can now step it down.
And educators.
And educators, yes, we had educators on board too, so that we can step it down to our other educators and effectively bring about a lot of more hands-on learning for our students. So they are going to be they are partnered with us and working with us. The Smithsonian Institute is the largest museum in the entire world. So they've been doing science learning for over 70 years. So all that experience they're bringing down, and we are also going to take our context and what we are experiencing back to them. So it's a mutual beneficial relationship.
Wonderful. That's good.
Yes.
So it's good to relate with others and see what happens in other climes.
That's right.
So that we can domesticate what we learn from them here. And I would like you to just compare a little bit. Well, what lessons can you take away from the adoption of STEM education in other climes? And for the few months you've been here, how can you compare both?
Okay, I will start with a quote, and it goes, science should not be relegated from everyday life. It cannot and should not be set aside. It's by Rosalind Franklin. She's a chemist who was involved in the unraveling of DNA, and I agree with that quote. We have a lot of times sidelined science, and we think that, it's something that we don't really have to pay attention. Then, when everything's falling apart, we start looking for solutions. We need to start working on becoming solution providers ourselves, and that's what we're doing right now here in Lagos State with our work. A lot of the educators, a lot of our officials, we're working on how to make sure that our students are problem solvers themselves. So what we're doing is we're working, and we'll be talking about that more here. We're going to be working on how do we start making our own students become problem solvers right here. We don't always have to import things all the time. A lot of solutions are right here. In fact, the other day, we were talking about something that we use. Yes, I remember now. We were talking about titration, myself and some other officials in the ministry. And the person was talking about how he had to import chemicals. And we had to remind him, we said, do you realize that the hibiscus plant itself, if you distill the essence of it, it actually is an indicator itself. Why do we have to go and import that? So I want us to think about looking for our home.
Looking inward.
Inwards, that's right, for our homegrown solutions. Why do you have to wait for China? Why do you have to wait for the US? Start looking at things you already have. And I remember that person, when we spoke to him about the indicator that could be made from hibiscus, I saw the light bulb come up in his eyes, and I was thinking, see, this is another way that
Eureka.
Yes, that's another way you can also make money yourself as a chemist. You can create your own farm, plant those hibiscus, and then instead of all these schools saying we want to go import expensive chemicals, that could be another stream of income for you. You start making your own indicators from the hibiscus.
That's good. And on that, I want us to go to what creative innovations that our students have been able to do. Because I know in Lagos State, I've also coordinated so many science projects that have won awards for Lagos State.
Of course.
We traveled with the students to Taiwan, to Hong Kong. We went to
Singapore, I heard.
Yes, we went to various places.
Yes.
And this is trying to tell you that our students actually, they have
they have it.
capability to
They do.
create, to innovate when they have the opportunity to research. So I want you to kind of tell us some of the things that has happened right as you join in. I know you went around visiting some schools.
I have been meeting our educators and also meeting our officials. And yes, I have seen that our students are involved in so many innovative practices. They've gone and won competitions, robotics. That was last year, 2019. They went to Hungary, and they did fantastic. So our students have the capability. The thing is, creating that enabling environment here. One of the schools we went to, the students themselves are working on COVID-19 simple test kits, and I was impressed. Another school we went to, the students were working on an e-waste dustbin where it indicates, yes, I heard about that. So we have so many ideas that our students are able to come up with. When you're coming into our ministry, our own students from the tertiary institutions, but still our students, created this machine where you're walking through, and right in the ministry, education.
That's true.
Yes, where you walk in and it disinfects you. Yes. So our students are able to come up with these solutions.
Wow, you're doing good.
Yes, they are. I remember when I first relocated back here and I went into Mushin Market, I was impressed that I saw a lot of our own people, our own young people, taking apart these phones, taking apart electronics themselves. That's engineering and putting it together. They didn't take a manual, but they were able to, by their own understanding, okay, this piece goes with that. It is in engineering. Yes. Components, this component, and I was like, this is really what it's about, solving our own problems. these are the kind of students that we want to continue to encourage and continue to build. And that's what our educators and our officials in the state are doing. Yeah. And I have to say, our students they are world class. Think about it. I tell people that anytime I go to graduations, when I was in the US, Nigerian students are always among the top 3 students whenever they are graduating. Every time I go to any university, you can always go and check out the graduation registers online. You always see Nigerian students.
We have what it takes.
Yes, we do.
Yes. On that note, I want us to go and, do some hands-on. We're going to watch the STEM Cafe laboratory experience at home, and after that, we'll be back to continue the conversation. Don't go anywhere.
Today we're going to be exploring a very exciting science project, and it's called the balloon car. We'll be exploring STEM concepts around recycling, energy conversion, air pressure, force, and motion. We'll be seeing how to make the balloon car with basic materials around the home, and also how the air in the balloon can act as the fuel that moves the car. We're going to be using materials such as sellotape, straws, skewer sticks, a balloon, scissors, tissue rolls, and bottle tops. You can also have markers around you to decorate your car how you want. The first thing we want to do is to get our tissue roll. I want to make a very big car. And then you get your bottle tops that serve as your tires. Remember, you can get bigger bottle tops to make bigger tires. You can also cut out wheels from cartons or cardboard to make something circular like this that serves as your wheels. So we're going to get our skewer sticks. All this will serve as the axle for the car. So you measure about 10 centimeters. Carefully snap it off. You might need an adult to help you with this. So we need 2 axles for our wheels. Then you get the same measurement of 10 centimeters. So you have 2 axles. One here and one here. Give a little space for your car. So you can make that mark anywhere here where your axles will stay. The next thing we want to do is to get our straw. And then we'll cut up just a little part. Of about 4 centimeters. Carefully. So you have this and you have your 2 axles. So put this into the straw. You will notice that there's an easy movement. And then this into this. You have an easy movement. So get the wheels, the bottle tops. Carefully make holes into the 4 bottle tops. Please get an adult to help you with this. Make holes at the center. You can use a skewer stick, you can use a scissors or any sharp object to make holes at the center. When you're done with this, insert your axle into your bottle top on one end, carefully. Get the second wheel. So you have this. So we have our 2 wheels and 2 axles. And we want to put it at the mark that we made on the tissue roll. So you get your sellotape. And then place your wheel and your axle on one of the marks and seal it up. So you can see your wheels can move. That's why we have the straw. If we put this directly on the tissue roll with the tape, it will stick and it won't move. So the straw allows for easy movement and motion. So you have your wheels attached to the body of your car. So you can decorate your car to make it as pretty as you want. We want to make the engine of our car. We need 2 straws and a balloon. So we carefully put this together into the balloon, and then we seal this place using a sellotape. And yes, we have this, the engine of our car. So how is this going to form the engine of our car? You see, and so we attach the engine of the car to the top using the tape. You want to make sure that the balloon comes out, and you have this at the back. So you're going to have something like this. You see? So now, let's move the car. We'll blow air into the balloon from the straw. Hold the tip of the straw where you have the balloon attached. Put it down on the surface and allow it to roll. Let's see. Let's see if our car will roll. So remember, hold the tip of the balloon when you blow the air so that you don't have any air escaping from the straw or from any side of the balloon. And so let it roll. Oh. Did you see that beautiful car roll? What did you observe? There's an action of air coming out of the straw. There's a reaction of the car moving towards the other direction. The air in the balloon serves as the fuel for the car. That way, the pressure from the air in the balloon moves the car forward, causing a motion. Keep exploring. See you next week. You can follow us on our social media platforms for more engaging content.
Now we'll be going on to what our roles are as parents and even as students. Yes, you that student that just watch that video and you're trying to make that craft and do that science that you just saw. So what is the role of the parents in supporting their children to undertake STEM line of education?
You are an enabler. You are a facilitator as a parent. You are an encourager. You are a supporter as a parent. You are the person who brings forth the innate ability. I'm never going to dispute that all our students are going to be scientists. However, I do want to make sure I insist that all children naturally are scientists because they do ask lots of questions, they are curious, and they want to discover. So please encourage them. When they go out and they ask questions, don't tell them, stop, why are you asking that?
Because that's the beginning of science.
That's
Answering
right,
questions,
yes.
asking questions.
You don't have the answer, that's fine. Say, you know what, I will call so and so. And guess what? Google is your best friend. A lot of times you can find out the answers on Google, but always encourage them. Do not tell them, I'm busy, I'm tired. Listen to them, allow them to experiment. In fact, I call the kitchen the most interesting and the most basic chemistry lab.
Yes.
Because cooking is chemistry. That's right, cooking is chemistry. So encourage them. Allow them to experiment. I have a friend, I like looking at her WhatsApp status because I see her children experiment in her kitchen. And right now, she's actually let them go all out. They are creating their own homegrown restaurants right now. Ooh. Yes, where the children are the children are cooking and taking orders for people. So do you see that you as parents, this is the kind of environment you can create. So that's what your role is as parents. Your role is enablers, your facilitators, your guides, your support system. Create that environment. Yes, it's not about money. Don't think that you have to buy expensive equipment. It can be little cheap things, materials that they put together. Like that e-waste that you had here earlier, you will notice they did not use expensive material to put it together. You can use cheap stuff to experiment. So yes.
Yes, you can find all materials around you. Mm-hmm. And we want to watch the video on arts and crafts. You know, we have streams, so arts is here, right? We've heard the SSA talk about the fact that the kitchen is a place where you start your science. So you don't have to be in science class or be kind of are undertaking sciences in the school before you are categorized as a scientist. We all are scientists. So let's enjoy that, and then we'll come back and wrap up.
Hello and welcome to the class. My name is Mr. Eben and I want to welcome you to today's class. For today's class, we are going to be producing a nose mask. So we are going to be producing this mask that we can actually use at home. So in case you don't have the opportunity to go out to get this nose guard to protect yourself, I have a very simple way to produce this morning. So how do you go about it? The first step, you need to get your old socks. Make sure you wash that very clean. Make sure it is very clean. Then after that, today's class starts. So we are going to cut the socks from here, the first round. Then after that, we'll cut the second round from here. So let me start from the first one. I cut the socks. One. Then I cut the second one. Two. So this now, we are not using this. Likewise this, we are not using this. But I know you can still use this to produce what we are about to produce. So the next thing we are going to do, we are going to cut it out flat. So when I cut it out flat, then I open. So the moment I open, what am I going to do now? We are going to fold it into two. Then we are now going to make our handle, the one that is going to go directly to our ear. To do that, when you fold, you are going to cut little by your right. You don't cut it to the end, just little is okay. Little by your right. Then by your left also. Little by your left. With this now, you have produced your nose guard. Very simple as ABC. So when you are done, you just take it like this, put this in your ear, put the second one over there to your ear. Then with that, you have produced a nose guard. So let me see and show you what I have.
Welcome back. Yes, I got the feedback that you want to practice and you want to do what we do on the show, the STEM Cafe videos and the activity that are carried out by the art and craft section, video section. Please feel free to send me your creations. You can even record yourself and send to the WhatsApp number showing on your screen. We're waiting and eager to watch you. At a point, we're going to showcase all the feedbacks we have gotten. And I want to say thank you to all those that have said they love the show, they enjoy what we do, they want us to continue. God bless you. Thank you so much. Now we want to hear what the SSA has in plan for Lagos State Ministry of Education.
Lagos State Center of Excellence. We have a lot in store for us here at Lagos State. We're going to be rolling out programs for our teachers. We're going to be rolling out programs for our students in terms of hackathons, competitions, in-house. And we're going to also be rolling out where our students will also be working with students overseas so that they can learn from each other. We found out, when I say we, I mean research has shown that students learn best when they are working with other students. So why not, why not have them work with other people outside, collaborate, think together and work on solutions. And then we're also going to be working on how do we create schools here in Lagos State that foster this mentality of infusing STEM, infusing these modern skills, the STEM skills and activities. So we're going to be working really hard, diligently on doing that in our schools, across all districts, across the state. It's really, really key, it's really big. One of the mandates of our governor is, of course, improving quality education.
And technology.
Yes, and technology. So I'm really excited, I'm really looking forward to the work we're going to be doing. I know that we'll see the impact now, but beyond now, we're going to have students 10 years, 5 years, 20 years coming back and say, you know what, the groundwork of you guys, what you guys put in place, is what I'm seeing in my life.
On that note, next episode is going to cover students that have graduated from our schools and that have been able to do so well for themselves, under 30 years old.
See that?
So we have a lot for you in stock. Keep your eyes on this show. Don't stop watching. On this note, we're rounding off today's program, and we want to thank you for joining us for this program. We want to thank the SSA, Ms. Tola Salau. Thank you so much.
Of course.
You've been able to let us know and liven up and let us be expectant that indeed COVID is not holding us down, and we're going to do more and achieve more. Thank you so much. We appreciate your comment.
Thank you.
On that note, I want to say goodbye and see you next time. I remain your anchor, Wunmi Tolu Alalade. See you next episode of Stream or next episode of the Total Education Show. Bye for now.